Hi, today I'm going to answer a question I commonly receive, which is should you practice asana first or pranayama? Now, the short answer is it does not matter, and I will explain to you why. Now, before we even go deeper into this question, it's important to understand where the concept comes from. Who first said that there has to be a sequence of whether asanas come first or pranayama? I'll take one of the most popular texts of yoga, which is Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And there he gives the Ashtanga philosophy, or the 8-step method to yoga, in which the sequence is yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So there is a sequence that has been given in the Yoga Sutras and many other texts as well, which states that asanas come before pranayama. Now, the important thing to understand here is that this sequence is not a daily sequence. It is not that you begin your day with yamas and niyamas, which are a set of moral codes and ethics and principles on how to interact with the world. Then you practice asana, pranayama, and by end of the day you practice samadhi, and then rinse and repeat the next day. This is not how it works. This is a sequence that has been given for an entire lifetime. We are meant to get established at each step before graduating to the next one. It's like going to nursery, then first standard, then second standard. So it's not a daily job. So it really does not matter which sequence you will practice your daily hatha yoga practice. The pranayama asana sequence belongs to the meditative practices of yoga, and let's understand it a little better now. So why do we practice pranayama? The real reason we practice pranayama is to help control our mind. Pranayama is a very, very good way to get ready for meditation. So in order to be able to do pranayama, you have to have an asana practice, which means you need to pick one posture, one meditative posture that you can sit in for a considerable period of time. Now, pranayama does not necessarily mean that you have to do anuloma viloma breathing practice. You can do that too. But simple practices like equal breathing, or just breath awareness, or breathing for a count of 6, holding for a count of 6, exhaling for a count of 6, and so on and so forth are really effective in helping you meditate better. So I would recommend that if you want to begin a meditation practice, do it first thing in the morning. The earlier you wake up, the better. And waking up early is a challenge for a lot of us. So whatever time you can wake up, the first thing you should do after freshening up is meditation. And in order to do meditation, you can prepare your body by doing a few joint rotations. You have standard joint rotations like wrist rotation, ankle rotation, knee circles, hip circles, and so on and so forth. Do them. They're very traditional, very effective. Then sit in your place of meditation. Do some breath awareness work. So that could be anuloma viloma, or that could just simply be equal breathing, which is equalizing the length of your inhalation and exhalation. And then you will intuitively and automatically be ready to meditate. It is very, very powerful. Depending on where you are in your practice, it could just take 2 to 3 minutes of breathing for you to zone out. It's a beautiful feeling. You are no longer concerned, and you are here present in your headspace, finding interesting things. So there we go. And obviously, if you have an asana practice, go ahead, do your asana practice. By the end of it, do your pranayama practice as well. That's when I would recommend you do alternate nostril breathing, because nasal passages are clearer, there is no congestion or blockages, and you can also follow it up with another round of meditation. Why I say do your meditation early in the morning, because that's when you have the least number of distractions. At least in my life, post 7:30, life gets really busy. The road is noisy outside, the bell is ringing, the maid's coming, newspaper man, and then the coconut man and milkman. God knows, so many things keep happening. Family members wake up, and there's a lot of distraction, and that silence in the morning. If you wake up by 4:30 or so, that silence is incredible, because even the birds aren't awake yet. And that gives you a very cave-like atmosphere to focus. So that's what I like. And that is why I like to do my pranayama the first thing in the morning. Call it pranayama or breath awareness. And I also do some pranayama after my asana practice. So you see that asana practice is not essential to do a pranayama practice. My own grandma used to wake up in the morning and sit motionless for 2.5 hours. I'm not kidding. And she, if you would wake up early and you're just going to the living room, you wouldn't even notice her. She would become like the piece of furniture. And she never practiced any asanas. So, and a lot of people don't, and they still meditate. So it's important to understand that our asana practice is a way to make our pranayama better. It is a way to help us meditate better, but it is not mandatory, it is not essential. It definitely helps. It is incredible in how much it helps, but the help doesn't go away by end of the day. If you have a regular practice for a month or for years, it doesn't mean that by the night time your asana practice has become redundant and you need to practice it again tomorrow to be able to do pranayama better. No, it's an ongoing journey which develops you, which molds you physically, emotionally, spiritually, which is going to help you. So it doesn't matter if you wake up and do pranayama and your meditation, or you do it after your asana practice. So you see, both hatha yoga asanas and pranayama are a tool to get somewhere. Remember, you need to have a goal. And what is that goal? So if your goal is not meditation, then you can do any kind of generic pranayama practice, it doesn't matter. If your goal is meditation, then you will intuitively find a practice that works for you, because different people have different energies, have different personality types, and different types of breathing or asana practices will be suitable for you to progress in your journey. All right. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you found it meaningful and useful. If you have any feedback or any other questions you would like me to cover, please do let me know in comments, or you can find me on Instagram as Yoganama. Bye.